Oh, don't touch that. No. Ah,
Here we go.
Shit. Oh, my stuff's
Are we
all
in?
broke. We're in
Great.
now.
There you
Bam.
go.
Nailed it.
Ah,
What a
Jesus.
transition. Scared the shit out of everybody. I love it.
Hunter.
That is your one technical mistake for the night.
It happens
throwing
all
that
the
out.
time.
I
All
know.
the time. Happens all the time. Well, we did have somebody. We have somebody extra, so that makes more work for me. And then somebody extra was like, "Oh my God, my mic's not working. What's going on? It was just working." And he was freaking out. And I
He
was
looks
like,
like
Freak out face was on, guys.
he looks like a mime over there. He's like, I could read his lips. Like, can you hear me? And I was like, nope, no sound. And he goes, yeah. He said he's just as mad as Dano does. This is great.
"Oh yeah, it's real great. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, just get pissed off all the time. That's just great."
I said you have 3 minutes and 45 seconds to get it figured out.
And he figured it out like a true
He did.
professional.
Got it done
calm,
in 30 seconds.
Calm, cool, and collective. Cole Emerson Murray is watching from the skid steer at work. That's dedication right there.
We've almost hit our 100 comment mark already.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to Just Got Off Podcast. It's Monday. It's 8:30. Episode number 15 of season 2. And John, would you please introduce our special guest this evening?
This is Logan Prickett. He runs with us in the All-Star Circuit of Champions DQs. You do some D2 stuff too, right? With the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, right?
Got it. Yep.
Sick.
Yeah. Yep. So he's been with us for the whole season this year. I think he's only missed a couple of them with some motor gremlins and yeah. So we wanted to get him on here. He's actually been listening here. He said he's been listening like the last 3 or 4 weeks in a row, which is kind of rookie numbers compared to some of these guys, because and they're gonna tear you up in the chat about it. But
I just
that's
got
okay.
I just got sent a picture from Cole. This is his view right now. Little skid steer, little brush action going on. Probably showed up to work today.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe. He's missed the last 3 Mondays in a row, so and a couple Fridays. He's had more 3 or 4 day weekends than we've had ever.
Keith Bradley, been here since day one. Fuck you. How you doing?
That's true. Keith has his own. He has his own sound clip, which is the "Fuck you, how you doing?"
I love it. There's Jeremy Merritt. Got to meet him over the weekend. Man, I've said this like a bajillion times. John has heard it a bajillion times. I had a freaking blast meeting all of you this weekend. So much that I am probably going to piss everybody off in my realm and throw guitars on the internet, sell them bastards, and I'm going to be the Rookie of the Year contender for next year. It's going to be great. Or unless somebody just wants to put me in a car and watch me step on my wiener, it'd be cool.
Speaking of stepping on wieners, Logan, do you want to share? Do you want to share what happened this weekend?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. So let's see.
Go ahead and do a race recap. Yeah, I mean, you could do a whole race because you had a great night. Up until that point, you had a great night.
Up until the white flag, we were pretty solid. So here, we'll start from the green flag. So I mean, we were all good. I mean, how many red flags we have? 3 or 4?
I think
Yeah,
two.
I
I
think
think
four.
two up to the point before yours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess mine.
Yeah, you were
But,
the third.
I mean, if you've never been to a TQ race, I mean, that was some action for you for one feature. Of course, it being
Yeah.
44 laps and all, but I mean, we saw Morrow on fire. I mean, we saw Davis and Donnie upside down, including myself. So definitely an action-packed race there.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Merrick. He was a flip too. So we had
Oh,
4
yeah.
cars upside down. Jeremy was one. Jeremy was one in the B main, and I'm still convinced that you could walk up to Jeremy and punch him in the mouth, and he will still be your best friend. Like he has just got the greatest attitude about him. When I was the first one to his car when he flipped, and he is. I mean, he's caged down, wheels straight up, and I get him kind of tipped over on the side. I said, "You okay, Jeremy?" And he said, "Yeah." So I flipped him over. He's up on his wheels, and I lean in. I said, "Jeremy, you all right?" He said, "Fuck yeah, that was the best fucking ride I've ever had. Let's go. Let's go, motherfuckers." He's just yelling, and the whole safety crew's just losing it. Like, I was just like, he's good. I'm going to go see if everybody's in gear yet. He's fine.
That's fantastic.
Don't forget about the cage stand either.
Yeah, flip him
Oh,
over.
did he get out and do a cage
He
stand?
did out and did a cage stand.
You didn't see it?
Oh,
my
that's
hands in
great.
the air. He was praying to Lord.
Oh, my God,
man.
that's great.
It
I
was
missed
fantastic.
it. I can't believe our photographers didn't get that.
Oh,
Maybe
I'm-
Ashley did. She
I'm
just
sure
hasn't
they're out
believed it
there.
yet.
He says, "I love racing." Jeremy, you're a bad dude, man. Mr.
That's
Kid
one to
Rock
hang up for
himself.
sure,
That's
Jeremy.
fantastic. So, yeah, we snowballed again
Green
already.
flag.
Green flag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
green
here we go. Where did we go? Nice. All right. So, Logan, describe your race for us up until.
So we had a big shout out to Ryan Moore though. After we blew it up at Columbus, he gave us a motor to use, and big thanks to that guy for it. We were having heating issues like those first 2 red flags. So honestly, those reds kind of helped us to the end of the race, and then I mean made our way on the top. I mean we were just railing it. I don't remember a lot of other people that were besides Rylan. Rylan made it work the entire time until his motor laid out, and then Tate was behind me. Gonna work
He
as
was
well.
up there a little bit too. Yeah, there wasn't very many. There was only 3 or 4 of you.
Yeah, but I mean, I can see why not a lot of people went up there. I mean, can't 8 or 10 times I got up on the bike and somehow convinced myself to stay up there until the last lap where I tossed it in, and then about when I turned the wheel to the right, I was like, "Oh no, here we go," and
And then,
the
AKA,
rest is history.
and history being this video clip right here.
I mean, he was up there. He was sending her sailing there. Oh, Penny.
Yeah, I'm
That's
still
one of them.
feeling the side effects on that one.
That's one of them. Is that one of them AMF sprint cars? Like adios, motherfucker.
Adios, motherfucker. Yeah, dude.
Anyway.
That's a snapper too, because those are
Yeah.
one of those that there's sometimes you could feel it bike up, and you could correct and get it to set back down, and that's one of those that it just caught, snapped over, gone. I mean,
There's not
you're
much you
just
can do.
Hanging on,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do on those.
I mean, I think you can see my hands like right when it hit the berm. My hands were already turned all the way to the left, and there was no impact of that.
Just want you to get half a lap away. It's like instant replay. This is cool.
Oh yeah,
To the
yeah,
left
yeah.
and
You were already
see you later.
ending it.
Your left hand was already at like 1 o'clock. So
Yeah.
I like his awareness there. I don't know if you guys saw that there at the end of the video, but his awareness that tells me that he was pretty coherent.
yeah, watch
He's already
the
reaching
left
up and
hand.
flipping switches.
He reaches
Yeah,
up and flips the
he's
switches.
reaching up. I better kill these.
Bop, bop.
That's
I don't know if
awesome.
you can
That's
see,
good.
but
That's good
top
awareness.
right, you can see something leaking. I wasn't sure what that was, but my worst fear was oil or
Becoming
or
a
something
Morrow
flammable.
Junior. Yeah, like I didn't even have time to come over the receiver. Like I was trying to say, 2, you're on fire, get out. And by the time I'm even hitting the button, this fucker's halfway out of the car. The
Dude.
car's still rolling. I mean, it's
Yeah.
at a steady yellow flag pace, rolling through 1 and 2.
Popping up
I
out
just
of
see
the
a
top.
white helmet pop out of there,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what is he gonna do? Like, there's cars not even stopped yet. Like, he's Ricky Bobby in it for sure. And the Rayburns, the Rayburns made a meme about that too, which is classical. If you haven't seen it, you need to go over to the Rayburns page and check it out.
Anyway, we're glad you're all right, Logan. That was a pretty nasty tumble. That was,
Appreciate it, guys. Yeah.
yeah, we're just glad you're okay, man. And that was the first thing I thought was, man, I hope he's not hurt. Like, obviously, but then, like, if he
Another
is,
part of it was
what are we gonna
like-
do on Monday? Because I've prepared all this stuff. I can't change it all back.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm just glad you're all right and you're here to join us on Monday for the podcast. So thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Thanks
I
for
appreciate it, guys. Yeah. Another part was they would not let me get out of the car. I mean, they flipped me over, and I was like, all right, I was peed off enough after that happened, and I was just like,
Yeah.
come on now, let me get out, and they were just like, no, take your time.
How many questions did they ask you? Did they ask you a bunch?
At least 12 in the car and about 8 outside the car. So
Oh,
I think I was just,
Did you take a
Did,
trip in the old ambulance or no?
oh yes sir, they they forced me to get in that one. So
That's awesome. Dude, I remember flipping hard one time at Columbus in a TQ. I mean, cage, just barrel rolling down the backstretch. And they're asking me my name and how old I am and what day it is and blah, 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 blah. And, like, I'm getting annoyed. Like you said, you're already pissed off. I know my shit's junk. Like,
Right.
I've already answered, like, real snappy. I've already gave you the answers you want. And then they fire off. They say, well, do you know who the president is? And I said, it's that dumbass Barack Obama. Now let me out of this fucking car. And they started
Right.
laughing, and they're like, I think he's okay.
He's fine.
exactly.
God, just let me out.
Oh my god. So we had a good time, man. Like I had never seen a TQ race before, and honestly, once I saw the late models go around and then saw the TQs go around, I was like, wow, like, these things are impressive. Like they're really, really kind of sketchy, but they have a little bit of weight to them. So it's like, it's like watching just a half-size sprint car, honestly. How unsettling a 410 sprint car is, or a midget. It's like watching, I mean, you guys go just as fast as late models. I mean, you're hauling ass. I mean, you're not slow by any means. So I was impressed, and I was like, man, I want to do this. And so I think I'm probably at some point in time going to try to get some test laps in. Cole said that, like, here, get in the car, man. Like, let's go. Like, let me just go out and just go burp, 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 burp a couple times, and I'll probably be all right because I'll be scared shitless.
And that's still a quicker time than Logan Rayburn. So,
Wow.
I
Take
don't
a
think he's in the
break.
chat tonight. He told me in the driver's meeting the other night that he is normally in bed by this time. So that's just some weak sauce. That's all right.
Rex said they
Weekends.
went to the EMTs went to the pits and took Kid Rock's vitals after his flip.
Jesus.
I believe it, man.
If you're jumping on top of your car and doing a cage stand after you flip, there's probably a valid reasoning for that.
Right.
But
That honestly, that was the highlight of my night. When he gets out and stands on top of the car after flipping his dick off. He's like, yeah, and everybody was cheering. It was great, dude. It was awesome.
people love to see that. They like to see the good attitudes and stuff like that, and make sure everybody's okay, and see that there's a fun atmosphere out there.
Yeah,
But-
and you guys definitely do that. I mean, we were talking a few episodes ago about the camaraderie and stuff that you guys have. I mean, it's just, you can definitely see it. Like, you all are a big family. Everybody understands. Everybody, respects you as race director. Everybody respects everybody else's equipment. For the most part, we did see some stuff go down. We might touch on that a little bit later, but I had a blast. Thank you guys for having me. Cole got his pumpkin roll. You got your pumpkin roll, John. He's already probably
Yes,
eaten
sir.
like half of it. Cole's probably didn't even make it home. So
Yeah,
I
it
got to
was a
meet
good
Tara and Joey and Jeremy and Big Sexy Rexy. Logan turned around on the 4-wheeler, and I had pushed Nathan Long. You asked me to push Nathan Long out because he didn't have a pusher, so I pushed him out during hot laps and was sitting on the 4-wheeler. And then Logan is up there, and he turns around walking away, and he goes, "Hey, you're that guy." Like, yeah, man. Like, what's up, dude? Like, hey. So it's kind of
That's
cool.
funny, dude. Yeah, everybody does a pretty good job. I had a good time. We really didn't have a whole lot of issues at all the whole night. I had one complaint of something in a heat race that I didn't see and that nobody really saw, and then the one incident that I did see happen in the feature. We penalized him, and I talked to him after the race, and he really wasn't too hot about it. I mean, he understood when I told him the perspective of it and what we saw and on the replay and everything else. And tech went really good. I tested fuel on top 2 cars, and everything tested good on them. I thought everything was good, solid, done. Leave the scales, and then we had a motor protest. That was pretty interesting too, because
my first TQ race, and I get to see the whole shebang.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen one done in TQ before, so.
I haven't either since I was racing, and I don't think I've been in a TQ since 2013 or 14. So
yeah,
it's been a little bit, but yeah, everything checked out. Joey ran a hell of a race. He he got ran through the ringer. He, like I said, he got scaled, measured, fuel tested, and the motor checked all in the same night, and all was a-okay.
All completely legal.
And that was after he got spun out on the first lap too.
First corner. First set of corners you get spun out.
Yeah.
Great run, Joey. Great run. Tail of the field to win in by what, 4.5, 5 seconds or something like that. Something stupidly crazy.
Josh Derrickson was one of them. He's in the chat. He said he was one of them, that 9D car that Addison True was running. He got second, but he put in the comments. He said, "We're running pump gas. I'm going to need that back." I'll tell you what. It's late enough and dark enough now. You could probably siphon some out of your neighbor's car. Just go do that.
Cole said the pumpkin roll was the highlight of his night. He ate half on the way home.
I didn't even think about it, but our scorer brought some too. Amanda said she made 3 of them and put in the trailer. Did anybody get into those?
I know I didn't.
I have no idea.
Yikes! I thought because that cooler was gone by the time I got back, so I don't know if
I was gonna say hopefully they're still not in the trailer.
No, I know they're not in the trailer because I packed it up. Everything was clean and ready to go when I left, but. Oh, Amanda said nobody did get any. That fucking sucks.
Man, that sucks.
Cole should have took like 3 of them
All
home.
of
He
them.
would have already had them gone. Yeah, he would have missed work today.
Yeah, he'd have been
His
puking his
job would
guts
be
up.
eating pizza.
He'd have had diabetes. So yeah,
the Circle City officials ate them in the office. So no pumpkin roll were harmed.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love it. Tara said she thought they were gone.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
All right. So actually,
are we gonna dive into? Are we gonna dive into the episode? What are we doing? I haven't even looked.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go to it.
All right.
Today is October 2nd. Yesterday, actually, I do a national day. I'm gonna do a national month too. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Wear your pink. Put your pink on your race cars. Wear your pink shoes. Wear your pink cleats.
I actually have.
Stephanie's got pink nails. Everybody got to meet Stephanie this weekend too. She does exist. She was there at the racetrack.
And she does travel without a broom.
Yeah, she does travel without a broom.
She doesn't always have a broom in her hand.
You just made her sound like a witch.
We're not gonna talk about witches. Don't get me started. We're not gonna talk about witches.
Okay.
We already had that conversation.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Anyway.
Yeah. So it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Today is National Custodian Day.
Speaking of brooms.
National. Oh no. National Child Health Day and National Curry Week.
Curry. What's curry?
It's like that spicy seasoning.
Oh,
I think
Indian stuff.
Yeah, it's like an Indian. Now there is the Great Wall. It's in Greensburg. It's a Chinese restaurant. It's a buffet. They have these curry potatoes, and they are fucking fire. I get them every time.
It's kind of spicy, isn't it?
A little bit. If it's cooked in, I think it kind of takes the spice out of it.
If it's any hotter than Taco Bell mild sauce, I probably can't eat it.
God, what a wuss, dude.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a palate of a 5-year-old.
I do. It's terrible.
He still eats chicken nuggets and pizza and.
I just had fish sticks tonight.
Yeah.
Easy living, man. I mean, what can you say?
The Kraft mac and cheese.
If you can't cook it in an air fryer, I don't want it.
He hadn't even upgraded to Velveeta shells. He hadn't even upgraded to
I had
Velveeta
Velveeta shells tonight.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You're all grown up. You're all grown up.
I'm a real boy.
Dude, that's all I got on that. You want to go ahead and jump into your on this day in history?
Yeah, let's do it. All right. So tonight's segment of This Day in History, if I can get my shit to work, it's not working. This is why I need this right here. Where's it at? Hold on. Timeout. Flip. Oh, I don't have it on here. Wrong thing.
Ah, he's already messed up again. That's the second one.
That's the second one. So I'm already +2.
Strikes are out, man.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yikes.
Well, I copied the way it works is I copied the scene that you all see, and apparently I copied that scene before I put all the sponsor logos in. So, fucking sue me. You know, I can't remember everything. Anyway, this segment of This Day in History is brought to you by Hedrick's Lawn and Landscaping. You grow it, and they'll mow it. I'm telling you right now. I got to meet them over the weekend. They put a nice Just Got Off podcast sticker on the front of their race car. Thank you, guys. We appreciate your support. We're actually broadcasting through 2 new microphones that were purchased from the sponsors of the podcast. So hopefully it sounds a little bit better. I know John is sounding a little bit better for sure. He doesn't look any better, but he's sounding any better.
I didn't think I was going to, though. It took 2.5 hours, 3 hours to get this motherfucker to work yesterday, but we got it. We got it.
All right, here we go. Hang on one second. There, little big giant Hedrick's logo right on the screen. Bam.
There you go.
Plow. All right. Let's see. Let's go back up to the top here. In 1492, King Henry VII of England invaded France. We spoke about
That's the same year that Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
You're right. Exactly. I knew you were going to say that too.
Look who paid attention in school. There you go.
Good job. A+ for John tonight. Winner.
I hate history, so I try to do my best with this and learn something.
Correct answer for John. His mo jobs are pretty good, Josh, from what I've heard.
He good trimmings. Just look at his head.
Yeah, good trimmings. It's
Look at
not
his
quite
head.
as good. It's not quite as good as a
He is
Brazilian, but you at least have
Crisp
straight
and
lines.
clean. Oh yeah.
Shit. We talked about the Bill of Rights last week. 1789, George Washington transmitted the proposed constitutional amendments, known as the Bill of Rights, to the states for ratification. So basically, they had to send them to the states, make sure the states were okay with it, and then they'll get it back and have them actually sign it, put it into law. Let's see. In 1835, the Battle of Gonzales, fought between Texan settlers and Mexican forces, was the first engagement of the Texas Revolution.
Long time ago.
Long time. Almost 200 years ago. Believe that. That's crazy, man. I read these things and I'm like, were there even people back then? Like, how did they know?
What was their pet dinosaur's name?
Yeah. Steve.
Huh.
You got a big head, and little arms.
No. Dino, it's bad.
Dino.
Fucking Fred Flintstone days.
In 1895, the first cartoon comic strip is printed in a newspaper. Doesn't say which newspaper or what comic strip. Let's see. In 1910, the first 2 aircraft collision occurred. In 1910, it happened in Italy though. They were probably drunk.
So when did the Wright brothers? See, I know a little bit. So when did the Wright brothers invent a plane?
I'm already on it. Going into Google.
How long did it take
Say
for somebody
1910?
to fuck up?
7 years.
Well,
their first flight was in 1903.
So it took 7 years for somebody to fuck up air traffic, and that's when air traffic control became a thing.
Right. Yeah. Little guy on the
Somebody had a safety meeting over the 2 idiots that collided in the middle of the air. You have all that fucking space up there, and you had to find each other.
Yeah. You
Nice.
couldn't just turn left 10 degrees? Like, way to go, Timmy, you fucking blind bastard. I told you your left eye was fucked up.
Hunter Rayburn said that's how Swift started. They opened a trucking company after
Right?
that, I'm sure.
Goddamn fuckers, man. Jesus Christ, the Swift guys, they're the worst on the planet. Damn. I can't remember who the guys, though. Was it Schneider with the big orange trucks?
Yes. Yeah, big old.
Them guys will just run you the fuck over. They don't even worry about it. They just fucking keep going. All right, so let's see. In 1919, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson had a stroke, leaving him partially paralyzed. In 1921, the New York Yankees outfielder Babe Ruth hits then record 59th home run in a 7-6 win over former club Boston Red Sox.
Great
So-
Bambino.
The great Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT.
The Colossus of Cloud.
Maxim just said fucked up. Better watch it, Dano. Sorry. Hey, there's a disclaimer right on the podcast page. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Sorry. Shit.
He said Dano said it, so it's okay.
It is not okay. If you are under the age of 18, anything I say, well, 13, let's say, because kids at 13 years old know more about stuff than I do these days. It's fine if you're over 13. It's not if you're under 13. Damn it. 1955, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, in quotations, premiered on CBS television in the United States. Now, this is impressive. Okay. In 1971, a homing pigeon averages a record 133 kilometers per hour in an 1,100-kilometer race in Australia.
What the fuck is a homing pigeon?
A homing pigeon is one of them things that, like, it uses the sun and shit to fly to a particular location. It's trained to fly to a particular location every time.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
a train. It's an actual trained bird.
The trained bird.
Trained bird, yeah.
How do you train a bird? How do you go about training a bird? What is the first step? And if I go out and rip a fucker out of my front yard tree right now, how do I train him?
What is the first step
Keep him in a
in
cage, man.
training a bird?
Yeah, look that one up.
I'm on it,
I'm
dude.
sure there's a whole listing for it too. A step-by-step process on how to
it's
train
just-
a bird. Jeremy Merrick says you get one chance.
Josh said was Nelson.
Set it on the
an
table
eyewitness
and
to the
hope
first
it-
plane crash.
Oh no, that's not nice.
Oh, we love Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson Stewart. He is the 80 plus 5. He keeps adding to his number every year in the TQs. He is 85 years old. Last year was 80 plus 4. Next year he'll be 80 plus 6. So, yeah.
No
Josh,
shit,
Josh said
really?
was no. Yes,
Yes,
that's why
sir.
his number is 80 plus 5. He is
I
85
saw
years
that
old.
and I was like, huh.
Yeah. Every year he was 80 and then it was 80 plus 1, 80 plus 2 every year. He just puts plus whatever the last numeral is in his age.
That's great. That's original. I love that. That's awesome. I did not know that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
See, I'm still
Oh,
being
no.
impressed by the series.
And see, it's still and it's one of those things. Somebody asked me the other day. They're like, "Is he fast?" I said, "Yeah, he qualified quick time down at Columbus when Tony was there." I said, "We didn't let Tony forget about that either. We made sure that he knew that his
yeah.
85-year-old dad outqualified him."
Right. Wow. That's awesome. Speaking of going fast, in 1977, Austrian Ferrari driver Niki Lauda won his first world championship as a driver.
Niki Lauda, was he the one who got in that fire real bad in
Yep.
that F1 crash? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Steffi's trying to hold in her sneezes back there.
Yeah, fucking let him out, dude. That shit annoys me. Don't hold your sneezes in. Karina does that too. She'll take like 2 big gasps and then nothing. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Just let it out. Sneeze. It's the most annoying thing ever.
In 1988, Mike Tyson wrecked furniture in his mansion in Bernardsville, New Jersey during a domestic dispute.
What?
Yes.
He did
Was
what?
that a
now?
day in
He wrecked a
history?
bunch of furniture.
Is that a significant day in history, or is
That's
that
what
just
it said. It is for Mike Tyson because that was probably the first time he got into a domestic.
Oh yeah, well, I guess there you go.
Golly.
I remember this.
See, now
2001.
we're in a Dano's life. Oh.
Mm-hmm. You're in your life too.
So
Cubs
we've been snowballing a lot from the 2001 because not even a month ago we had the September 11th, and then the week after that was the anthrax outbreak, which was stemmed off of the 2001 from the terrorist attacks. So now what happened just less than a month after 9/11?
Cubs right fielder Sammy Sosa became the first player in MLB history to total 60 home runs in 3 seasons.
That's not where I thought we were going. with
Nope.
this. I'm slightly disappointed.
A slight turn of direction there, but we'll move on.
Fucking baseball.
Shit.
God. That's exactly how I feel, dude. I thought there was something crazy that I could teach these young kids, and it's just another sports highlight.
Oh man, today was actually kind of a boring day in history because we go from 2001 to 2009, Stan Lee Day, declared by a county of Los Angeles and the city of Long Beach. You know who Stan Lee is, John?
No.
Stan Lee is a comic book artist and creator of Marvel.
Oh, okay, yeah. He died here a few years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought this was hilarious. This is why you don't wear fucking expensive jewelry. In 2016, Kim Kardashian is robbed at gunpoint of $10 million worth of jewelry in her hotel in Paris.
Where the fuck were her
fucked.
bodyguards?
Yeah, get fucked.
You have all that money. Aren't you supposed to have bodyguards with you?
If you're wearing $10 million worth of jewelry, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm strapped
Where
up
do you take
myself.
that?
Like,
Aside from just big dicking everybody and saying, dude, you'll never fucking guess this, Dano. Like, Logan, you'll never guess it. I just held Kim Kardashian at gunpoint and stole her jewelry. What do you do with it? It's worthless at that point because you know there's fucking...
Might as well give it back to her and say it's sorry or something.
yeah, like you can have it back for $100,000.
Just
Something.
Just
Venmo
send it in
me.
a gift bag.
Dude, just the value meal for McDonald's. And I'll be.
I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree and get a birthday gift bag and just send it back to her. $10 million of jewelry and a dollar gift bag.
Fuck, why would you even like? I freak out about having a $10 phone on my case, case on my phone. Like, God.
Yeah.
I freak
$10
out
million
about putting
in
my
jewelry.
golf clubs in the back of my truck and having to wake up early the next morning. Like I don't want to wake up early and then load them up again. So I just put them leave them in the back of my truck, lock my truck. Wake up in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. Lock my truck.
Look out there, see if there's somebody looking in the window.
Yeah. Jesus.
Paranoid.
And then recently we've been covering birthdays. Let's see. Mahatma Gandhi, his birthday. He died in 1948, though. He was an Indian independence activist and spiritual leader. Mahatma Gandhi. American comedian Groucho Marx was born today in 1890. And then sending out an SOS, message in a bottle. Roxanne. Bass player, Police lead singer, Sting was born 72 years ago today. He's 72 today. So there you go.
And I'd like to do a birthday shout out to a guy that I work with. He watches this a few times. Matt Schweer. Today's his birthday. So happy birthday, Matt.
Here's your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey. All right. Thank you to Hedrick's Lawn and Landscaping for hosting this day in history. I love that sound effect.
You guys got to get to work on our new intro.
Yeah.
Old Frog. Which,
Yeah.
speaking of, I haven't seen anything in here from Frog tonight.
He's probably just lurking. He's been working on the master control room and stuff in the studio.
I
so
seen posting pictures.
yeah, he's been busy doing that stuff. So
Yeah.
we're due for a Bob's Pizza meetup though. So probably gonna be going down to Sullivan here before long.
Yeah.
All right.
So I got a new topic that I think I'm gonna do every time we have a guest. So Logan, you get to be the first on this. I'm gonna title it "Hose the Host." A lot of people have seen us do like trivia and stuff on here, and me asking him questions. So it's gonna become a competition. So you got to see if you can hose the host and answer more questions correct than him. If you beat him, then we'll send you a free T-shirt. If not, you still get a couple stickers. We'll still hook you up with something.
Good
So.
Oh, and
him being the guest.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but we played you a little video package there at the beginning. At the end of that is a hero card for you that I will send for you, courtesy of us at Just Got Off Podcast. That is for you to print off if you want to. It's completely yours from us to you. So thank you for being here. Carry on, John. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
No, you're good. You're good. But so I've got 10 questions. I got a tiebreaker one too. So the way I'll do this is Logan will get to go first, him being the guest.
That's bullshit. I made this motherfucker.
Shut your mouth. Be respectful.
Do you not know me?
So, you all right? You gonna get it together?
Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's great.
Goodness gracious. All right, so I'm going to ask him the question first. If he cannot answer it or gets it wrong, Dano has a chance to steal.
Do I have a chance to steal if he can't get his too?
Correct. Yes. Yes. So first, you get the first option, and if you can't get it, he gets a chance to steal it. And the next question, he gets it. And if he can't answer it or gets it wrong, you have a chance to steal as well.
So gonna lose. This is gonna be great.
So if you, I have 10
I'm pretty
questions,
scared.
10 regular questions, and then at the end of it, if you guys are still tied, I have a tiebreaker, which will be whoever can. I'll have you do a sound. Hey, yell something. That way, whoever chimes in first gets the first opportunity to answer. If you get it wrong, they can have a chance to steal on that as well. So, first question, Logan, how long is an Olympic swimming pool in meters? Show me your fucking hands. Don't be cheating. No Googles.
I want to like just down once.
Yes. How long is just? Well, you can't. Yeah, you can't flip a pool.
I'm gonna say because the shortest swimming like duration in a competition is 50, so I'm gonna say 50 meters.
Damn, Dano's already down one.
Well, I'm about to be
Bingo.
down two because
Nice.
I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm gonna get a pit
Yes,
lizard
sir.
shirt apparently from Sexy Rexy. I love it. They were gonna write pit lizard on my fat ass
Rexy.
belly. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, but it would have dried our permanent marker out that we couldn't use anymore,
yeah,
so we just
true.
decided against that. Dano, what is xenophobia?
Cynophobia?
I will even spell it for you. CYNOPHOBIA. Xenophobia.
Cynophobia. No idea.
Obviously, it's the fear of.
Right, it's the fear of something. So let's just say being frozen to death.
Logan, would you like to try and steal?
Sure, I'll give it a try. That was a pretty good guess. Cynophobia. I'm gonna say the fear of snakes.
Ooh, nope. Dano would already had that one.
Yeah.
It is the fear of dogs.
What? Really? Oh, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, back to Logan. Who named the Pacific Ocean?
Christopher Columbus.
Oh, I feel like Dano knows this one.
Does he know that one?
I don't think I do. Francisco Magellan.
I can't give it to you. It's
Oh my gosh.
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand.
Magellan.
I couldn't remember what his first. I should have just said Magellan.
Oh, that was so
Damn.
close. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Damn it.
Day in
Fucking
history stuff must be like teaching you something because
Fucking-
golly, I have no idea.
Fucking technicality bullshit.
Okay, back over to Dano for question number 4. What is the name of the biggest technology company in South Korea?
In South Korea, Samsung.
Oh, damn.
Dang,
Okay.
Throw them up, boys. Yeah, fucking gangster in this bitch.
So I'm going to ask you this real quick just to kind of get a feel on how this next question's going to go, Logan. Do you eat a bunch of candy?
Not anymore, no.
No,
Not anymore.
not a candy connoisseur. You might be fucked on this question. Okay. What is the rarest color for M&Ms?
Rarest color. Well,
Yep,
let's
what
see.
is
There's
the-
only 5 colors: red, orange, yellow, green, purple. Purple is my answer.
You want to try and steal Dano?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yellow. Damn.
The answer is brown. Brown is the rarest.
Oh, I guess
M&M
there are
color.
brown. Oh yeah. I guess there are
Wait, is
brown.
brown the
M&Ms.
purple? Is brown the grape one?
No, brown's the brown one.
But like, what's the flavor of brown?
Cole got it, but I'm not convinced that he isn't over there just like thumb smashing.
That
the
was pretty
screen
quick.
trying
There's
to
there's
Google
about a 15-20 second delay, so
He may have got it right
he
then.
may have got it right.
Oh,
Skittles.
yeah, Ryan's thinking.
Skittles.
Yeah, I think he's right. He's saying that's Skittles, dude.
Yeah.
You're maybe thinking of Skittles.
Oh, I'm thinking Skittles. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's like,
hey,
is it
you,
the-
you had
is it
a
the
you had a
purple- the
big
brown
problem
one, the
on
grape one?
Saturday. It's okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
genius.
it's all right. Well, you know, you got your bell rung a little bit.
Okay. Question number 6. So I think it's just 1-1 still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Question number 6. This is for Dano. Which is the only American football team to go a whole season undefeated, including the Super Bowl?
The New England Patriots. Really? Wow.
Logan for the
Oh
steal.
wow, that was.
If
my
it's not them,
guess.
it's going to only be one other team.
And I will tell you, Dano, that the New England Patriots were undefeated up until the Super Bowl. And then if I'm not mistaken, Eli Manning shut that shit down and beat them in the Super Bowl.
It is definitely not KC.
No, Kansas City is definitely not an undefeated team.
I'm thinking like older.
Oh, yeah.
Who was good? Like, can't be like Oilers. That seems too far down the road. I'm gonna take a guess from a team that just scored 70 points. I'm gonna say the Dolphins.
Wow.
Really?
Nice.
Wow, that's
Yeah. So here we go. And I kind of want the chat to hush up here for a minute because Dale did get that. I will give you a bonus point if you can tell me what year it was, too.
I'm thinking like it's gotta be like 85 to 95.
You want to try it, Dano?
I'll
give you an opportunity at a bonus point as well.
Got to be the Dan Marino era. So 93. I don't know. I have no idea.
1972.
Damn.
Yep, Reese Prickett got it.
Oh, thanks, Reese. Thanks for that.
So you still got it right, though. You still got a point for picking the Miami Dolphins.
Damn it, it's
That was
2-1.
incredible.
I got to step up my
Dang.
shit here. This is
I'm
bullshit.
shocked I was right.
Yeah, and that was a stolen point, too.
Damn.
So question number 7. This one is for Logan Prickett. What is the loudest animal on Earth?
Loudest animal. Can I get a hint? Is it above? Is it on land or is it a sea creature?
I could do that, a sea creature, but you have to be specific with the animal.
Sperm whale.
Fucking got it.
Nice. God, I'm getting fucking killed here.
It's crazy.
Kidding me?
Golly, Purdue pays off.
Bullshit.
Oh my god. They teach you that at Purdue? What the
Absolutely
fuck?
not.
Oh my god.
Damn
Jesus.
it,
You gotta make
man.
some shit up here, Dano.
I'll do something, man. Fuck. All right, hit me with it.
Okay. Question number 8. In the state of Georgia, it's illegal to eat what with a fork?
Peaches. He had to move the mouse.
I did.
I knew
I
that was
bumped
wrong
it.
as he moved the mouse.
What is it illegal to eat with a fork in the state of Georgia?
I want to say like soup. 'Cause it's like impossible.
No, fried chicken.
Wow, really? Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
I guess that is kind of I feel like that's a universal rule. So yeah, I guess so.
I'm eating my shit with a chicken.
So I think the only way that Dano can win at this point is if you get this question wrong and
He
Dano
my
steals it
next one.
and he answers his next
then
question
we
correct,
tie.
and we tie. So you have to get this to seal the win. And I
Big
feel
money
like
here.
that
money.
you could get this one here. In what type of matter are atoms most tightly packed?
Proton.
Dano for the steal.
I'm gonna go with solids.
Oh my gosh!
It's a ball game, baby. It is a ball game. Let's go. Oh shit. I will
Jeremy,
shit
you're right.
my
I never
pants on
breathe.
this podcast if he gets this
breathe,
question
Jeremy.
right. Holy shit, this
Um,
is awesome. Don't let me down, Dano. Don't let me down.
I would try it.
We're gonna blow through all this money that Cole and Matt just gave us if we gotta send this kid a T-shirt.
I'm not sure I understand.
What in the world?
Oh, Siri's
Oh!
talking to
Oh,
you.
hey Siri.
Tell her to shut the
Okay.
fuck up. We're trying to have a podcast here. God damn it.
And
Yeah,
I know
sorry,
he's
Siri.
not cheating just for the simple fact that he blew that one. That was an easy. That's another facepalm one.
I was like, I mean, it's either electron, neutron, or proton. No, it's
That's
not
charges.
Yeah. What an idiot.
All right. Question number 10. Dano, for the tie to go into a sudden death round, the name of which African animal means river horse?
Oh man. What?
If you know this, I will donate $20.
River horse.
Well, that'll about pay for your T-shirt.
What is that thing?
It'll be
Hippopotamus.
It's a tie ball game. We're going to sudden death.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, get some.
That's
Holy
$20 out of the
shit.
pocket.
Woo. Oh man.
Feel like
Oh.
Joey Paxson coming from the back. Watch
I
out,
guess he kind of
motherfucker.
deserves that.
Golly.
Random guess, there's two of them, so I don't know how factual based I should have got this, but hey, let's go.
So, how do you guys want to chime in? This is a sudden death, so when you chime in, you will be the first one to be able to answer. So, I don't know what sound you want to make. You want to say "hey" or whatever.
Just beep.
What will be
Raise your hand.
Okay, yeah.
That's probably a good one.
That'll work. Okay. So here's the tiebreaker question. You guys ready?
I'm trying not to punch my microphone.
Or yourself. Just calm down. Logan's about to spit water all over his computer.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Let's go.
What city has the most diversity in terms of language?
Like national city, like United States city, or
What city has the most diversity in terms of language? Logan?
Let's go with New York.
nice. Nice.
He got it. He got it. New York City has
Hey.
got it. He got it. So we will get with you after this. We'll pull the merch site up so you can see what color shirts we have, what options, get your size. We'll get some info from you so we
Awesome.
can get you
Appreciate it,
one.
y'all.
Nice.
Well
That was a
done.
nice one.
I like that. I like
That was
that.
intense. I'm fucking sweating over here. Golly. That was fun. I like that.
We have to have more guests on here.
That's
so we
gotta
can do
be-
that again.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's got to be a weekly thing there.
Even more so that Dano got his ass whipped. Let's go.
Hey man.
I'm still shocked. I answered proton instead of.
The comeback kid over there. I was impressed that he came back. Like I was like trying to do the math on what it would take, and by
Like a
God, it
Miami
fucking
Miracle.
happened.
Yeah.
It did.
I did it all for the entertainment purposes. I just had
Whatever.
To...
Oh,
Damn it.
hippopotamus though. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't
That
believe
was
you
a
got
good
that.
guess.
I thought you were
I was
getting ready
thinking
to
jaguar.
say something about a. I thought
I
he
was
was gonna
gonna
say an elephant, African elephant.
No, I was thinking of shit I've seen in Africa in the water, and I'm like, well, the only two things I've seen in the water are rhinoceroses and hippopotamus. And I know it's not rhinoceros because they aren't really like a horse. 'Cause the hippopotamus
What about
floats.
them gators?
Oh, neither's a hit. Well, I don't know. Are there gators in Africa?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Crocs and gators? I'm sure there are.
Googling
Haven't
it.
seen those videos? Like there's a gator under the water and then like an elk. It's not really an elk.
I bet it's
but don't know what they're
crocodiles.
called. They get snatched out of the water. You didn't see those?
I don't know.
There
It's
are
National
no alligators in
Geographic for you.
Africa.
There's no
Crocodilia.
Crocodiles.
Crocodilia
Oh.
live in Africa. Yeah.
There you go.
So what makes it to where alligators can't live there? Like, what kind of diversification is there that alligators
Well,
can't but crocodiles can?
There's like the American crocodile, right?
yeah.
Like so
yeah.
why could Crocs be here and not?
I have no
Good
idea.
question.
So, I mean, it basically says there are no alligators in Africa since they are limited to the Americas and a very small portion of China. However,
Huh.
a member of the same order of which alligators belong, Crocodilia, does live in Africa. They're just called crocodiles.
Jeremy's in the
Gators,
chat
they moved
singing "I
west.
bless the rains down in Africa."
Bam, 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 bam. We'll I hear the drums echo in the night.
They did because they're coming to kill you because you just got your ass whipped by Logan.
Oh, bullshit.
Go.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, shit.
damn it.
Well, that's all I got for that session.
Okay.
Adam Boyard. Logan's, how's the snatch up at Purdue?
Oh, God, here we go.
Oh, no.
I've seen a bunch of Adam Bolyard shirts there as well.
Yeah.
You can answer yes or no
Yeah.
to that question.
I'm just gonna go with I don't know. I'm just gonna go with I don't know. So
See, I'm trying to read my
Karina-
wife's comment.
Oh,
There.
God, don't even read it.
You can read it. I'm having a stroke trying to read it.
Because alligators will see you later, and they can't do that
crocodiles, though.
if they swim all the way to Africa, as where crocodiles can see you later and have more time. I mean, that's kind of legit.
I mean, that's probably the right answer.
Put it on Google.
Don't give
I mean,
my
honestly.
wife any credit. Oh, let's see. Tara said there's a story to that. Ask Todd Albertson. About what, Tara? I'm lost there. About alligators and crocodiles?
LP Woman's watching.
Put you down
Rex,
for
I
the
have
next
no
special
idea what
guest.
you're
We're gonna
talking
have to
about,
do a
but-
live with you, Cole. We need to get our fucking
Yeah.
our go-kart thing fucking ready. That way we can.
Yeah,
some live
yeah.
shit
We need
with
to get that
fucking-
put together. I don't know if Logan, you were tuning in when we were talking about that, but I've got to get back in touch with SIK. We're still planning on trying to do a charity race up there at SIK for Ashley Albertson. We're gonna do and raise money
yeah.
for her foundation. So I've got to get with them and try and get a date set up and figure out what the costs and stuff is, and then try and figure out a cap limit on drivers and what it's going to cost for fees and stuff to pay them, and
Right.
be able to have enough to put back into the foundation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that reminds me. The Kenyan Midgets I ran last year, they held their end of the year banquet up there for awards and whatnot. They held it at SIK, and they had this big like race with all the drivers in it. That you could do one of those too. So yeah, that's neat.
not for the TQs. We have too much fighting already. I just want to have a
Oh,
awards
yeah.
banquet with nobody behind the wheel.
That's funny.
Oh Jesus! How long did it take you to quit shaking after your flip? Bill Clark wants to know.
Until I got out and knew I was like still on the track. So yeah, about however long that took. I mean, they flipped me over and they were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, honestly, I was like, "No." I was hurting real bad. So
So what?
pain went away and
what
the
do you
anger
think?
came back.
What do you think got you the worst? Was it just like the initial like just fucking bike and just fucking getting chicken whipped, and or was it the barrel rolling and shit? Like,
John, I think we actually talked about this like after the race. It wasn't like obviously the flip was a pretty big impact and that hurt, but when they tipped me back over, like they didn't try to ease it down. They just sent it over and I
Really?
smacked my head again and I was like,
I've-
golly.
Yeah, dude. Like I've
Damn.
got pictures of me flipping cars over this year that some photographers have taken. And there's not a part of my body that is touching the ground because most of the time my feet are on the Nerf bars and I'm hanging on the cage trying to use counterweight. That way it rolls over
Exactly.
nice and easy. I felt like we did a good job with Jeremy. Whenever we flipped Jeremy over, everything
Yeah.
went down nice and smooth. You know, like you got to pay attention to doing that just in case there is any head injuries or neck injuries, back injuries. You don't want to cause any more issues. You want to get them upright so the blood ain't rushing to their head. But yeah, it's amazing. And sometimes with the big high banks and stuff like that, like the weight of those cars is so top heavy. Like when you're trying to flip them over,
Yeah, absolutely.
gravity's just working against you, and sometimes that's all they can do. But yeah, some of that shit sucks when they get flipped over. I
Right.
know what you're talking about. I had that happen one time too. They're wow, smacks your head off the headrest.
And that's got to be that's it. Actually reminds me. So the second race ever that I ran a TQ in was at Circle City, and I also barrel rolled it there. Brad Davis might remember that one. He was faced towards me in turn 3, and I ramped off his front end and rolled it 3 times. So
Wow.
Damn.
big anniversary there for me. So interesting.
Chewy. That's crazy. It was a big one. That was a real big one. we
yeah.
we were quiet up in the press box for a minute. I was trying to. I had actually. Fun fact: I actually had already left the press box and was going down the stairs and making my way back toward the scales. I knew I had to get
Right.
back here. We had 4 cars to tech, and I was trying to get down. I was almost getting ready to go down the bleachers, and I looked over and I was watching you guys go into turn 1 and 2, and then I seen it. And I'm like, "Fuck!" So I hurried up. Went right back up into the press box because I knew I had to go read the lineup off to you guys and make sure that it was right off the scoring. And then I was trying to make sure that because they had radios up there for their safety people. So I was like, have they heard anything? Like, is he talking to him? What the fuck's
Right.
going on? And they're like, it's quiet. And I'm like, come on, say something. Like, let us know something. And then they said that you were alert and talking. And I was like, okay, we're
Right.
good. So
Yeah,
I was-
Tara Paxton told me, she was like, well, Joey was already in turn 3 or 4, like coming to checkered. So I don't think a lot of people actually saw it directly because the race was almost over at that point.
He entered 3 when you flipped.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
I
when
wouldn't
you
be
biked
shocked
up, he
if
was
anybody
in
actually
3.
saw it.
Yeah, because she was actually sitting. She was actually standing outside the press box door. So, like, when I walked out to go down the stairs, I actually had to kind of move through her just to get down. So, yeah, but yeah, Joey had a little bit of a lead on you guys, so she wasn't able to get it on video.
Right.
And I'm sure with it being white flag, that's where their cameras were focused on for Circle City too,
Right.
and
Yeah.
not anything else. So.
Bill Clark
Yeah.
said you got turned over fast because you were pouring out fuel. Well, I'm glad I turned my switches off then that fast because
Yeah.
couldn't imagine what Ryan Morrow was thinking if that was him. So
You're on fire.
Fire Ricky Bobby. You're not on
Dude.
fire.
And I like when he got out, like he was over there smacking his legs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
spray his fucking legs, dude. Like that
Right.
shit burns clear. You don't know. And they did. They started spraying his legs, but they're like, why was he spraying his legs? I'm like, methanol burns clear. Like
right.
his legs could have been on fire, and nobody up here would have seen it. Like if
Right.
he's smacking his legs, there's a reason for it. Just spray him to be cautious. Otherwise, he's gonna burn his nuts. Like
Yeah.
everything. So, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Let's see,
All right.
where are we at
What is your topic?
here? I don't know.
Oh, you didn't pick a topic?
No, I didn't do anything.
Oh, geez.
See, I don't even know. I had something and then it just went away that fast. This is what happens when you spend 25 years headbanging in a band. Stuff just goes in one ear and out the other, and then shit just goes away. Oh, I was going to ask you, are you planning on carrying on your racing stuff like after college and all of that? Like, do you have like plans to move up into another series and race other cars? What's your future looking like?
Yeah, we definitely looked into it. I mean, it's like dirt racing, sprint car racing is running my mom's side of the family for 30 years, 40 years at this point. So I've had the ability and I've been lucky enough to have the support to run. I mean, even now through Purdue. So, I mean, I put a lot of work on my dad, especially. He does all the hard work in setting up the car, getting it repaired, especially after this weekend. I mean, I've left him a lot to do. We had a conversation at the beginning of the year, like if you're gonna run at like while you're at Purdue, you got to do your job first, and that's get good grades, be a good person,
Right.
help out when you can, and I mean we're gonna make it work. So for future wise, I tell everybody this. I feel like I need to prove myself that I'm able to drive at a lower level, which I know TQs, people might think it's easy. Listen to me, it is not easy for rookies, it might be easy for Joey because he just dominates all the time, but other guys, it is not an easy act. So I feel like I need to master that first before I can just say I'm ready for sprint cars, midgets, any of that. So yeah,
And I think Joey will tell you too that it's not easy, and he's worked his ass off to get to this point. I mean,
absolutely.
I think he's told me he's been doing this for 30 something years. So
Right.
he's got a lot of experience that it's taken him a while to hone these skills and get that good.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
But in my opinion, you do very well. Like you do very well for yourself, and I think you show that. You've had a couple really big heartbreakers. One of them, like I was gonna tell you, you know, like you're talking about your dad. You know, he's always every time I go by your guys' trailer to like give you guys a heads up on the next class, he is always heads down working. I never see that guy sitting down. Never. He's never in the trailer sitting down. He's always tinkering with something on the car. And I feel like me and him got off on the wrong foot at the beginning of the year at Paragon when we had to disqualify you after the heat race because you guys were too wide.
Yep.
You know, he was not happy about that. And like, I think that was like my second race, you know, as an official. And he probably thought I was just some punk ass kid that didn't know what I was doing. And there was a lot, but I mean, he even came up to me afterwards and apologized, and you know, said he just hated it because he put you in that position, and I feel like that was a race that was taken away just because had you been narrowed, you for the feature invert, you would have actually
Or
been
on
set
pole.
to start on the pole,
Right.
and you were wicked fast. I even pulled you aside before the feature, and I said, "Be mad,
Let's get back up there.
let it burn under your ass." And go to the front. You're fast. You have the car to do it.
Right.
And we ended up taking you again that night. I think you got third that night from last.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was one of them that got away from you. And then obviously here in Columbus, like pure heartbreak, blew the motor coming to 2 to go, you know.
And people ask me it's like I know they don't see it from a driver's perspective because they don't know, but I mean it's an emotional journey I can't imagine Joey's been doing it for this long, or even some of the other like old heads have been old heads. I probably shouldn't say that, but Matt Lux, Tate Marsh, they've been running forever. I can't imagine how many heartbreaks they've had. I mean, I've only been doing it for 2.5 years now, and I've had 3 or 4. Then I'm like, man, that could have been our night.
Yeah,
so I can't imagine.
And it's little things. It's the little details that change the whole overall picture of everything. And Todd Albertson's in here. He also just said in the comments, TQ Racing is underrated and doesn't get the recognition it deserves. The drivers are incredibly talented.
I will second that. I saw that on a full display on Saturday night.
And Dano touched on it earlier when he was talking about the late models and how fast they were going. And then the TQs get out there and it's like, holy shit, they're going about the same speed. And me and Todd talked about that as well. Circle City had actually reached out to me here in the past couple days and told me that they will for sure see us next year. Like they are all for doing what they can to get us back there as much as they can next year. And awesome. I know they've told Todd the same thing. And, you know, Todd and I kind of was game planning on how you can broaden the horizons, I guess, of people's understandings to see it like you do, Dano. Like you got these massive cars. People like they come to see the late models and the modifieds and stuff, and we are 3/4 of the size of what that is, maybe even less, and we are turning almost equal times with them. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes our stuff so exciting is they have such a crazy wheelbase and width, and we've got these short wheelbase vehicles that are on the ragged edge every single lap. Logan proved that, and like people don't see it. Some people do, some people don't, but we just need to figure out how we could broaden our horizons and open the idea of other people to see it how we do and how you do, Dano, and make people understand that these things are pretty tough to drive. They're very tippy and you have to be fine detail, precision, like set. Otherwise you're in trouble. You know, things could happen quick.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's why, go ahead, Dana. You're good.
Logan. Go ahead.
I think that's a perfect representation of Circle City. I mean, they're a track that we've seen, Connor Wolf especially, just rip the top, man. I mean, it could be a 3-lane track. I mean, I saw Joey there at the end of that feature on Saturday night, working through the middle almost. Mm-hmm. And there are obviously guys down on the tires. I mean, we're 3 wide racing at Circle City. I mean, if you don't like that, then I don't know what racing you do like.
Yeah, go
Right.
home. Save your
Exactly.
seat for somebody else if you don't like that. And that's what I got. It was like, I know you guys typically run shorter features and stuff, but you ran 44 laps. I mean, there was like good racing all over the track. Once Joey was working up through the field, and he's darting in between 2 or 3 guys battling 3 wide, and he's sliding under people into one, and there's 2 or 3 more guys ahead of him, and second, third, fourth, including you. And it's just like, holy shit, like, this is just insane. You don't even see that in the big boy ranks with, USAC or
Right.
Silver Crown or USAC midgets or anything. You guys put on a great show Saturday night, and me, as a racing fan first, I appreciate that to the maximum extent. I love seeing slide jobs. I love seeing somebody stick their nose in and push that guy up off of his line, with a little bit of respect. I love seeing that, and that's amazing. So I take my hat off. My hat's off to you, everybody that raced Saturday night. My hat's off to you. You guys put on an amazing show.
And Todd just said it too, and I wanna really pinpoint and highlight something he just said. 3 wide open wheel racing.
Mm-hmm.
Open wheel. These are
Yep.
not stock cars. This is not something that you guys carry in there and can just
Beat and bang
willy-nilly
fenders.
lean on each other. Like that's a no-no. Like, you guys are going over if you do that. 3 wide open wheel racing. And yeah, I mean, it was a hell of a show. I was very happy. I'm not gonna lie, as the new race director and coming in, our normal feature laps there at Circle City is only 20 laps. And when they came at me with 44, I'm like, what? We're gonna do
Right.
how many? Like, that's over double
Yeah.
what we normally do. So I was
You
very
guys,
nervous
you
on
guys
how it
need
was
to
gonna
be
go.
doing at least 30. I mean, because
And I think we
We
used
did
to run
25.
30.
Yeah, we did 25 earlier in the year, and that was actually a mistake, but it actually paid off. Like, the Circle City said that actually worked out, but then later in the year, they bumped us back down to 20. But yeah, I won't lie. When I got in there, I was a little nervous just because I knew what we had ahead of us, and I was a racer too, so I understand how the adrenaline's pumping, and you see cars in front of you. You're racing. You want to get in front of that guy as quick as you can, and sometimes you forget, and you get it out of perspective of, man, I'm only on lap 6 of 44.
yeah.
Like, I don't need to
Right.
be pushing it. See, like, sometimes you don't think about that, and then people go pushing their nose in places where it doesn't need to be, and now you're out. Now you get to watch it the rest of the race from the infield.
Yeah, that's iRacing
So-
every single time you get into a lobby.
God, I don't want to talk about that. But it was
Oh.
it was one of those deals I tried to stress in the drivers' meeting. Like, me as a driver, maintain by all means. Don't go out there and pussyfoot, but go out there, have fun, be clean, maintain your spot, be patient, hit the halfway point, maybe count another 4 or 5 laps, then go hard.
Yeah, then get up on the
You
horse.
know,
Yeah.
You got to save it. You can't win a race if you're not there at the end. And
Exactly.
you were all in. Like, you were.
I was having such a good time watching you full
To me-
send it, dude. I was
Yeah, to
having
be
such a
honest,
good
I
time.
mean, like, everybody was kind of dicing around, and everybody had kind of fallen in line, and became, I guess, complacent with where they were, and Logan's just up on the top, just ripping
it's
the
fucking
fence
sinning.
every lap. Yeah. So
Hence
it
the
was a good
title this
show.
evening. Just kind of
Yeah,
send
just
it,
gonna
bud.
Exactly.
Yeah, and poor Cole over there was fighting some technical gremlins the whole night.
Yeah.
I think he had a terminal on
Battery
the switch. I
terminal,
think is what
yeah.
he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the little screws or something was coming loose, causing a.
And that's so fucked up how
issue.
that something that small can just fucking torch your whole day. Like,
Yeah,
spend all that
and my
time,
dad,
all
I
that
seen
money.
my dad comment on Cole's page and telling him to talk to me. He said, ask John about Montpelier and the midget. And I love Montpelier. I love racing the midget up there. It's so fun. And even the year that I was running up there, I mean, it's just on the tippy top. I mean, they had the track on kill that year. And it got a big, gnarly cushion. We had a really good heat race. We were set to start either outside the front row or the second row. And I actually had Brett Fannin there helping me out that night on setup. So I mean, anybody that knows Brett Fannin through the TQ knows that he's a very good um, crew chief as far as like setting cars up, and he was trying to help me find that edge. And you know, we go out to push off for the feature, and I mean, it's a big gnarly cushion. I'm ready to go. I've never been so amped up about a race and had a good feeling. Like you said, Logan, like I feel like this is our night. We could do this. Like we're running great. Go to push off for the feature and a car won't fire. Just a relay.
Absolutely.
A relay was bad. I could have flipped that fucking car over in the pits by the trailer. I was so, and I told, I even commented and I said, that one still stings today. That one is probably one of my biggest heartbreaks of, I feel like that was the one that got away from me. Like, it sucks. Yeah, it's a roller coaster. There's so many high emotions and so many lows. There's times you could just freaking cry because it just breaks you down so bad.
That reminds me of May 27th. I held my graduation party.
He's got the date.
Graduation
this one really hurt
party
him.
in Shelbyville. That was a big night for me and my family. I had the whole Shelbyville crowd out there. I mean, we packed the stands. It was an awesome night of racing, and it was like the beginning of the night was okay, but then we got to the feature. We started second, grabbed the lead in the first corner, and led about 10 laps. Brakes gave out. And a track like Shelbyville, where you need the brakes pretty good to get through those corners.
Yeah.
That one's a bit of a heartbreaker too.
Yeah, I got a second place there at Shelbyville behind Brett Hankins one time. He was actually running behind me when we first started. Let's see, I think it was Rick Robinson. I don't know if you got to race with Rick, but Rick was one of those. He was one of the older guys that he was fast, but he was even more wide. He was one of those that if you were going to pass him, you had to earn it because he wasn't going to make very many mistakes. And we were faster than him that night, but I couldn't get around him. I just followed him forever, and they had a restart there at one time. Brett zinged it around, got the lead, and I got hung out to dry. I couldn't get around him still, and I just chased him and chased him and chased him. And, like, I'm getting pissed because I just see Brett checking out. And I know I could have ran with him, but he was just checking out. And I finally got around him on a restart on the outside. Don't know how the fuck I made it stick down to 1 and 2, but it did. But by that point it was too late. I couldn't catch Brett. But he had a fast car, and that one didn't hurt too bad. I mean, but yeah, Shelbyville was that one hurt too a little bit, but not as bad as what Montpelier did in the full midget. That one sucked.
Yeah, bet.
So let me ask you about that some. Just because I ran with the USAC Series 2, the Midwest Thunder midgets. How do you like those guys? Like Chuck and Greg and all them.
Those guys are just as big as goofballs as our TQ group. I mean, I love them. I mean, I haven't known them for as long, but I mean, all the kids there, like for the TQs, we get a wide variety. I mean, Landon Browning, Connor Wolf, Joey Paxton, Johnny Golf. I mean, we have ages from, I don't know how old everybody is, but 40 to 15 or 14. I mean, we got ages all across. And then for the USAC, the D2 stuff, it's primarily from like 25 to 18. Like that's where the range of age is usually. And those are the guys that are really trying to push and get to that next level. So, yeah. I mean, I like those guys too because, I mean, I can relate to them, not just like through driving and whatnot, but kind of just like experience-wise with coming up into the series and lower series that we came from. But we fought just as many gremlins in that series as we have in the TQ this year. So not as much racing as we would have liked to see, but definitely some good laps still this year.
I thoroughly enjoyed running with those guys. So have you ran with them with a full season yet to go to one of their awards banquets yet?
Not yet, no.
Oh my God! So they normally I don't know if they've changed it since I ran it, but they usually have the awards banquet there at Chuck Taylor's house.
I was gonna say it's in his garage, I think.
It's a pole. It's a glorified garage. This motherfucker's a pole barn. He empties it out. We set tables up, like there's drinks. I mean, it's super nice. It's a, I don't know, man. It's it's kind of casual, to do the awards ceremony, and then afterwards we got food and drinks, and I mean it's a great time. Last time we were over there, we partied, and then me and Bryce Dews and there was a bunch of us. We called for an Uber to come pick up like 6 or 7 of us. They actually sent 2 cars. They picked us up, took us to a brewery in town. We drank more, shut that place down, had to have another Uber come back and get us and take us back to Chuck. And then we partied some more out there, and then we all crashed and stayed the night. But yeah, it's always a good time with them. They put on a pretty good show. They run a very fair program. They've actually been very helpful to me, with the race director stuff. If I have any questions, especially Chuck, and things to look for and stuff. They're a great group for sure. They've got a great thing going, and like when I got into it, we were bringing 16, 18 cars, and by the end of the year, if we went to Montpelier, granted some of them were regional cars, we were 33 cars a night. And so I feel like for what they've got going on now, I'm sure they're well over 20. Like they're doing a great job. So
Good night, Todd. Thank you for stopping.
Good night, Todd.
Yeah, night, Todd.
We love you too,
Good night.
man.
Love y'all.
Peace. Yeah. Get some sleep, man.
So,
Flying off of
was
that-
that kind of?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Was that on your topic, Dano? Is that still you?
Yeah,
or-
I got one more question for you real quick. If you could race for any race car team in any series, who would it be?
Ooh, that's good.
Ooh, that's is tough. I mean, I would love to say it'd be the Clausen team with the I mean, that would be a dream, or RMS the midget, or my true one would be Riggs Racing with my grandfather. Hey, Riggs, he owned a Silver Crown team and a sprint car team.
Nice.
We lost him in 2017, I believe. So I kind of regret, or not really regret, but I kind of wish I'd hopped into racing more when he was still alive with us, so I would have had some bit of knowledge, more car setup knowledge. I feel like we could have advanced a bit quicker, but lucky for me, I have his son, Casey Riggs, who is usually at the track with us. He knows quite a bit. He ran USAC for a couple of years, so very thankful to have him with us.
So
Cool.
who is the other guy that comes with your dad? He's usually his right hand man. He looks like a younger guy. If I had to guess, he looks like he's mid-30s.
That would be Casey. That's Casey. So,
Okay.
Yep.
I've only talked to him. I haven't exchanged like names or hellos or anything.
Right.
Just basic stuff. Gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Dude.
Yeah. All right,
Trying my mic, this heavy ass mic's trying to pull the boom down.
I told you it was going to, man.
Crazy. Yeah.
Tighten her up, baby. All right.
Yeah. I don't know. Who would you race for, Dano? Let's extend this out.
I honestly think I would have to go with Richard Childress. I'd want to race for RCR. I've always been a big fan of the way he runs his program, and when I was a kid, that was kind of who my dad followed around. It was a family thing. Dad was always wearing the RCR shirt, and that was honestly the first time I ever went to a NASCAR race, which I didn't go until I was in early 21. So I just turned 21. We went to Talladega for the fall race, and that I got a free shirt from the RCR trailer, and that was the first NASCAR shirt I'd actually ever owned. So, it was just kind of stuck with me that RCR was kind of one of those grandfather brands of NASCAR. And that's who if I had a choice that you can pick from these 5, that's who I'm going with every time. It wouldn't matter if it was McLaren or whoever.
Awesome.
And if like IndyCar open wheel racing, it'd have to be the Ed Carpenter team, just because he's from, from Indiana, and just the way they run their program as well. So, yep.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't know. I guess if you go with the history of it and just for the knowledge part of it, I'd probably have to pick KKM. I mean, Keith and all them are crazy knowledgeable. But if I had to pick a modern day team, he hasn't left a huge footprint yet. He's still pretty young in his program, but I would probably say Tanner Thorson's.
Oh,
That
yeah.
kid
Yeah,
works his
absolutely.
ass off. Works his ass off. He
one-man
puts
show.
nice pieces out. He takes a lot of pride. I could 100% get behind somebody that leads by example like he does. I mean, he can do it all.
Absolutely.
He can work on them, build them, set them up, and drive the damn wheels off of them. I've gained a lot of respect out of him out of the last 2 or 3 years. And I think his results at the Chili Bowl show exactly what he's doing with his midget program. So
Yeah, I'll agree with that 100%. Your dad chimed in and said, can't go wrong with Roger Penske.
IndyCar, yeah.
I mean, if you want to win
Yeah.
races,
Greg,
you got to go KKM.
Yeah. It's just pretty crazy. Jessica Coons, you were just talking about her doing some video stuff earlier. She's in here. She said, I was legit just thinking KKM or Thorson. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. So awesome. So I do another little segment here. I'm sure you've seen them, the Would You Rathers. Dana's got the graphics ready, I think. So this one is presented by the Murray Automotive Detailing and Performance. He's got his phone number up there. We
got it right this time.
Yeah, we got it right this time. That way you don't have to call Becky. And then, but yeah, if you got any performance or detailing needs for your cars or whatever, go ahead and get a hold of Cole Murray. The number's there. For all the audio listeners, I'll go ahead and give it to you. It's 765-698-5915. So I guess this is for all of us. Instead of just Logan, I guess I'll include Dan. I'll be nice, even though he sucks at trivia.
I can go get a drink real quick. It'll be fine.
No, you're good.
I'm almost
you're
empty.
Good. Would you rather be reincarnated as a spider or a mosquito?
I'm gonna go with spider.
I'm gonna say spider. I feel like that's gonna be the obvious answer.
You're only saying that because didn't your dad have a pest extermination company?
Yes, he has the mosquito assassins and pest assassins, so we work with about everything.
That's pretty cool. Like I think I've talked to him about it before. One of my buddies, he owns that Indy East bed bugs or whatever. He kind of branched out on his own, and that's kind of what he specializes in is just bed bugs and cockroaches. But yeah, man, that's a crazy job. That's kind of scary. I mean, I guess I would be just itching. I feel like I'd be like my skin would be crawling the whole time.
I'm getting freaked out about it
Besides
now.
racing. So I work full time for my dad in the bug business, and that makes you want to scratch your skin off.
Oh yeah, you see some wild, crazy shit. Like I guess
absolutely
as far as how people live, you know. And my buddy tells me all the time. He's like, I tell them that like, I cannot help you unless you change your lifestyle of how you live. Like,
that's
kind of how we. It's crazy. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
That's how they roll too. I mean, it's like we are willing to do our services and do our best to help you, but if you're not willing to put in any effort to help yourself, we're getting nowhere. So
yeah, and he like has said that he has like a 30 or 60-day guarantee or something like that. That once he treats, like he'll come back and do follow-ups and stuff.
Poor microphone.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it's
we slammed it all together last night in like 2 hours and got everything working and like
now I'm crazy. But he was saying that he has like a 30 or 60-day guarantee from the first time he sprays or whatever. But you know, he said if he comes back and does a follow-up, like, and they haven't changed anything, like he's not gonna validate that, and he's gonna just charge him again. You know, like you gotta try and make some changes to help him help you. So
yeah, Jeremy just chimed in and said 217 comments. I believe the record is what 360 something, 360 and some
it's
change.
Up there, dude. It's pretty crazy.
But that was on like a 2.5 hour fucking podcast last week, so
yeah, it was pretty wound out.
I don't know if we're gonna get that far tonight, but
we reached 32 viewers, 30-some viewers. So
yeah,
good
nice.
numbers for the night.
Fuck yeah, that's all you, buddy. They don't want to show up to hear and see us. I mean,
I see our ugly ass every week.
I enjoy it all the time. So thanks again for the invite, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So I would have picked a spider as well. So would you rather use a push lawnmower bar that is far too high, or use a push lawnmower with a bar that is far too low?
Oh my god.
Too high. Too high. I got back problems at the age of 18. Ain't no way.
Yeah, because you're doing tumbleweed shit like you did the other night.
Right. Maybe that's part of
Self-inflicted.
it. Yeah.
See,
But
let me
definitely high
think
for
about
sure.
this for a minute. I'm gonna have to go too high because you got the leverage to you got the leverage to pull it down and turn it.
Do you really?
You know?
Yeah, but you're not. You still gotta you gotta think. You gotta think if
You're
you've got your
pushing
arms up
up
there
instead
trying
of
to
like
push.
out.
Yeah, like I feel like it'd be heavy. Like all your weight is up here, and it's just gonna bow you back.
Actually, I'm changing my answer to low, and I'm gonna hook my quad up to the front of the lawn or to the back of it and just push it like that.
Oh, that's
Like,
bullshit. That's bullshit. Yeah,
Logan hasn't ever used a push bar. Comment in chat.
Oh, no, I have. Trust me. That's what I did before the bed bugs. On mowing services.
That's what I did to pay for my pit passes when I was 12 or 13 years old, to be able to go to the races and stuff like that. I
Yes,
did a
sir.
lot. I'd mowed a lot of yards just to be able to pay for my pit passes and food. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd have to use the too low as well. I think it'd be easier to kind of shove her along.
Right.
You're not gonna have the leverage if the bar is way too high.
Yeah.
All right, so we usually have a juicy one too. So, would you rather? Let me ask you: are you working anywhere right now, or is this school?
It's school right now.
Oh, so this one sucks. So we'll just say that your job is still working for your dad. Okay. Would you rather?
Giggles.
Love to hear this.
Yeah. So would you rather send a dirty picture message to your boss or your mother?
What's wrong with you guys?
There's a lot of things wrong with us. We could get started, but we never end up
Man,
stopping this
I'd
podcast.
have to say my dad. We've
Yeah,
had plenty of
I think your dad would handle
their
it a
son
lot better than your mom.
conversations before. I'm sure we could handle another one. So
I'm gonna say my boss too, because I don't have to show back up to work. I got to deal with my mom for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta show back up to work with my dad. So either way, I'm having this.
I'm gonna go with
some way.
I'm gonna go with boss because my mom is so sensitive about everything she sees
Right.
nowadays.
Right.
Okay, here's a backup story to that. I go over to see my dad earlier today, and my mom just had hernia surgery, so she's like milking it for everything it's worth. And I get over there, John, and she is fucking pissed. She looks at me and goes, What's this I hear about you're selling all your guitars and you're going to buy some TQ midget whore thing or something?
So she's seen my post on
She
the
saw
on
the post
podcast
on the
page.
podcast and thought that you were serious about me selling guitars and buying a fucking race car, and she was so mad today. She was all upset.
So does she listen to this? I mean, does she know it's true now?
She doesn't listen to it. But
I'm just digging your ass a bigger hole.
I know, it's fine. It's my mother's. Like Jiminy Christmas, she just flies off the deep end. You know, she don't understand that the guy with the photoshopped alien head on his body is not real. You know, she thinks it's it's on Facebook. It's got goddamn, you got to wear 3 masks now to get rid of COVID.
Jesus.
That's my mother.
Aw. God bless her.
She was so mad today, dude. So mad. And in her defense, she's on all kinds of drugs and shit too. So, you know, from the hernia surgery, not actual drugs or anything. You know, my mom's 70 years old and like snorting cocaine like Nikki Sixx from the 80s. Like,
Oh no.
she was mad as fuck today, dude. And like, I just went over there to see Dad, Mom. Like, if you're gonna yell at me every time I come over here, I'm just not even gonna walk in the house. You can come out and wave at me from the kitchen. Hi, and I'm, you know. She was mad. Why are you
Stand on the
selling
porch
your
with your hands on your
guitars?
hips.
Yeah. Why are you selling your guitars? God damn it. Damn it, Daniel. You're so stupid.
She was like legit freaked out.
Oh,
then,
she
huh?
was mad, dude. Yeah.
Oh my god. I'll have to see what else I can get you into then with the podcast, though, especially if I can hide behind it.
She'll probably believe it.
I can't wait.
I did
Can't
say
wait.
that. I did say that a bunch of times Saturday night though, and I'm gonna sell all my shit and buy a fucking race car.
I'm gonna make a post on there later saying that next week we have got a sponsor from Trojan Condoms to go out to a nude beach, and we will be live streaming from a nude beach next week.
Awesome,
So
badass.
you heard it here. You heard it here first.
Yeah, we're gonna have a big
No
giant
magnums.
Trojan Condoms logo.
Nobody's of that size around here. No
yeah,
magnums.
we're a bunch of white dudes from the Midwest. It's
We're the
bad.
Trojan tragedies.
Oh no.
Yeah. And James McAdams, my buddy there in the chat, he knows my mother, and man, when she gets pissed, it's just like Jesus Christ. You can do one of two things. You can sit there and take it, or you can just throw your hands up and walk away and just hope that she's not mad at you the next time you go. You can at least make money with your guitars. You're right, Fred. I can. Yep. But I never know. I might be, 30 years from now, I might be the next Joey Paxson. You never know. I might be just fast as fuck.
Driver to the 10L is hung like a horse, is what Adam Hilliard said. Yeah, that horse is tired because that fucker goes to bed before this thing even starts. So
He gone, but he didn't even make it. 6:35 rolled around. He's in bed. See it.
Speaking of the Rayburns, if you've listened to this enough, most of our Just the Tip topics come from them. So I asked for a Just the Tip topic the other night, and this was their Just the Tip topic for you. And it's changed like 3 or 4 times since you're flipping shit. And you're blowing motor, so I didn't go with those.
We don't take those personal anymore.
They're Just the Tip topic is, what's the perfect time to get to the racetrack? Logan is always one of the last ones into the pits.
That is a funny story. Well, last year, I feel like we were there way too early. Like, we are the ones that get the car set up, all ready to go, like at the shop. Got it dialed in, got the tire pressure set, yada, yada, yada. So we don't need to get there at 3:30 and pull the car out, jack it up on stands, and do what we need to do. It's already done. So, I get there, and I don't know, driver's meeting's at 5:45. I get there at 5 o'clock maybe.
Oh yeah, you rolled in at 5 o'clock.
That's perfect timing for me.
Like when we're trying to figure out how many cars we got our total number, and I'm like, we got one more. Prickett's just not here yet.
What time?
Yeah,
what time did I get there
crank it
Saturday?
in.
I think you were there at about 4:45ish.
Jesus Christ!
Really?
I beat Logan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Also very, I'm very lucky to have like Harry Martz and Tate and them and Matt Lux too. They always kind enough to save us a spot every now and then. So
yeah, and that's
out
what
to
actually
them.
I was getting ready to say. Like he's one of the last ones in the pits, and he still somehow doesn't have to park in the back 40. Like there's some people like you show up late at Circle City and you're parking down by the fucking exit gate.
Yeah.
Like you're all the way down there. You're
That's
like,
true.
He parked right by the scales. I set the scales up when I got there.
When you said he got there at 5:45, I was just thinking to myself, like, if he got there at 5:45, why the fuck was he all the way on the north end of the track? Like, what the fuck?
TQ's kind of like overtook that area. I don't think originally Circle City planned to have like the trailers parked over there, but we kind of just made that our area, and now we own it.
Yeah, and they don't care. Like, we were the only class the other night that had a B main. We brought 31 cars, which was massive. That's awesome.
This year, yeah.
I feel like we're gonna lose quite a bit just because of the damages and stuff that happened this weekend for Columbus for our last points race. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was awesome just to step out of the trailer and just look straight ahead, kind of to the left, and look all the way right, and it is nothing but TQs all the way down through there.
Yeah.
Where
you parked, Logan, I have a saying that we call whenever we get a front row parking spot like that. That's called rock star parking, man.
Yeah, he literally rolled right off the scales right into his pit.
Yeah.
Like, you're one of those, if you missed the scales the other night, you're an idiot. Because you almost have to roll over the scales to get to your
Shout out
pit.
to Evan Shato. He's missed like 3 or 4 of them this year, and he's gotten DQ'd a couple of times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to the Browns.
Yeah,
that one.
and Josh Derrickson got DQ'd at Rushville because he missed the scales after a B main.
Really?
Yeah, he missed it for a B
I
main.
think that's how Merrick got in. He transferred from B because
He
Derrickson
did.
missed it.
He did.
He made the A main.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Derrickson.
That's funny.
Yeah. Merrick was running third, or no, running
I think
fifth.
it
He
would've
was
been
running fifth.
Yep.
Yeah, we took top 4 that night, and we took top 2 to the scales, and Derrickson missed it, got DQ'd, and it bumped Jeremy up to 4th.
Hunter, you're gonna have
So-
15 cars because I'm bringing my new one.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
If I don't have a car, I'll still be there supporting. Maybe John will give me a headset and I can be in the infield.
That's fine, dude. Jeremy Merrick said he was probably going to show up too. I don't think his car is going to be ready. He's got some frame damage as well, but he said he was going to come. I could find plenty for you guys to do.
That's what I kept telling
no
John. I'm
doubt.
like, just if you need help, man, just fucking let me know. And he come blasting around the corner on the quad, said, "Hey, I got a guy down there that needs a push. Get on." And I ended up doing that, the whole night basically up through the
Yeah.
B main. So,
Yeah, and that was tough too because Circle City, like normally it's a I guess a normal pace for us, but man, they ran a very fast show the other night.
yeah.
Very fast show. Like it was, and I felt bad like to go around and have to rush you guys so much. Like we gotta go. Like you guys gotta get up there. We are next.
Right.
They're burning through this. And I even had to send one guy to the tail of the B main, because he was late to staging. And I don't like to do that, but it sucks, But yeah, like when we go to those places, we just have to be a little bit better. I think that'd be my only complaint. We just got to be a little bit better on the heads up, and know that I don't have any control of it. Like they're screaming in my ear just as much as I'm in your ear. Like I'm just trying to get us going so we can keep the show rolling and make them happy because that is a very good place. And like we were talking about earlier, it produces the track produces really great racing, 3 wide all around, and I'd like to keep doing what we can do to keep making them happy. So,
Right.
but I do
This
appreciate
weekend
a
was,
lot of you guys because a lot of you guys were already sitting up there waiting for me, and like I'm just like, thank you, thank you so much that I don't have to keep running around.
Yeah, this weekend, I think we show Circle City enough that we can race clean, well, and fast. Sometimes I think Circle City kind of underestimates us because they put us 4th or 5th in the lineup shoot. I'm like, if you give us a good track, we will give you great racing.
Right,
So I
right.
think
I mean,
putting us in that second slot was a perfect outcome.
yeah, and I hope they saw that, and I could talk to their race director. Me and him's been texting and stuff, and he's a great dude. Like his name's Kevin Bear, and I think we could probably push for that some next year. I think we've established a great core group of people that come to those events and a great car count to put on a good show. We don't kill the track, we put on a good show for what we do, but we don't kill it for the other
Yeah.
series. So they could run
Right.
us, and it's a seasoned track, I guess, which you could say it'd be perfect for the modifieds to go back out there and run on or something like that. If we were a sprint car where they're just buzzing the shit out of it and, everybody gets a slick track after that. And there's some of those times where sprint cars are just going to go out there first and that's just going to have to be what it is. And we just,
Right.
just because they are a premier class. But, yeah, I mean, and another thing too, Hunter was saying that his dad helped push off and stole the quad and he was pushing off in the feature when he had to pull off and was helping on the Reds. Yeah, I can't thank everybody enough. I know, Ron Combs, and you mentioned him earlier, the Kevin Brown and Bill Clark. He's in here tonight, and then Oogie Goff, and just everybody that has a 4-wheeler that has been instrumental in helping get everybody up to staging and getting cars pushed off. With us being stretched so thin on officials right now. As soon as the race, I'm leaving. Like when you guys take the white flag and go through 1 and 2, I leave the track as soon as you get off. That way I can get back to the scales, try and get the scales turned on, get everybody scaled, the top 2, and then hurry up and try and get back to the track to try and see who else is left to push off and get back on the track again. And it's just a vicious cycle. So, without all the you guys that's got the 4-wheelers and the people that's volunteered all kinds of crazy help, I mean, we couldn't do it. We couldn't run as efficiently as we do. So
Right.
big thank you to everybody that does help me out with that. So,
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
what time? What time is perfect time to get to the racetrack?
Fucking
5:45.
Logan Prickett time. That's what time it's time to get to the racetrack.
Exactly.
I
Whenever
was at the
fuck I
track
show
at
up.
1. I was at the track at like 1 or 1:30. No, there was 4 of us in line. There was Adam Bullard first, and then oh man, I can't remember his name now. Yellow 59 car. Come on, help me.
Oh, Chastain.
Yeah, Chastain was second in line, and then the Rayburns were in front of me, and then there was me. I can't remember who else pulled in behind me, but yeah, we sat there for a while.
Unless you guys are tailgating, I don't see a reason to get there at 2
I gotta charge the radios. I gotta get the scale
Maybe
set
you,
up. I
because
gotta
you're
get
in the
everything
track and
set
field. But
up.
Boyer, I'm not sure what he's doing. I mean, celebrate in the trailer, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, his trailer. I don't know if you've ever been in there, but it's like a little
It's
man cave in
nice.
there.
It is nice in
It's
there.
not big, but it is set up very nice.
Cozy.
inside of
It's
there.
cozy for sure,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It's got a little vibe to it. It's got a good feel.
Hell yeah.
So
I gotta get with the Rayburns, and I gotta talk to them about letting me get on top of their trailer and watching the races, man. I mean,
Just
we
do
need to
it.
have like a designated spot for them to pull as close as they can to the track. Anybody who wants to get up there and watch, they can watch.
you just got to get there at fucking 1:00, dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's all
right.
it takes.
I
Not
That's
know.
gonna
all it
happen.
takes.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Speaking of a hangout, dude, Dano, did you go over there and check out the Rayburn's trailer?
I took a peek for a little bit, but yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah, it's
that's a pretty nice
it's
rig.
classy. Yeah. It pays off big time on them like crazy hot races. They've got the AC cranked in there, and you could always go in there and just cool off for a
Yeah,
minute and
right.
get out of the damn blazing saddle sun.
The thing that sucks is like I wish I didn't live so far away because you guys are mostly on the eastern side of Indiana and racing. The closest you get to me is Paragon, and that's still
And Paul
45,
mentioned
50
that.
minutes. Yeah. Paul mentioned that earlier about need to get more at Paragon, and I'm not a big fan of that track, but I probably won't go see 410s there. But I would come and see you guys race at Paragon, like because you don't kick
I'll
up a
tell you
whole
what.
lot of dust and
we put on a pretty good show at Paragon.
I
I'd
could
like
see
to
that.
defend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even the sprint cars, like the past few years, I don't think people gives Paragon enough justice either, because like they have done a lot to that track to help out.
Absolutely.
Like and there was
this past
one
summer.
time earlier this year I remember, track was gone. It was taking rubber in a B main, and they went to a big intermission. They went out there, did a whole track rework, cut it all up, and that fucker was awesome. Like the track, the moisture all came back. We were running the top. They were zinging her in on the top and 3, diamonding off, shooting back down across the moisture off the bottom of 4. I mean, they were ripping around there. And the sprint cars put on a hell of a show. The moisture stayed. They didn't hardly kill it.
Yep.
Like they do a great job over there. I think you got to give them a chance there, Dano.
Yeah,
But,
well,
I mean,
last time I was there, it was so. I mean, it was early on in the season, and it was so dry and so dusty that like when the sun was going down, you couldn't see fuck all and nothing. And that was before they built all the grandstands and everything and all that crap. And I was just like, I told Steph on the way home, I said, I'm not coming back here. I mean, it's a cool track, with like that paperclip, long straightaways. It's basically like a mini Terre Haute action track, with tight corners and long straightaways. And it's fucking great. I love the racing there. I've seen a couple, 3 races there from pit side and from the grandstands. I just cannot deal with getting that westward wind and having it be that dusty. Like, juice that fucker up. Let's go. These people are going to be fucking miserable because the grandstands are on the wrong side of the fucking track.
Right.
I was tested out the Rayburn as 4-wheeler earlier this year to see if it was a fucking hovercraft, because I almost forgot about the pond that's in the middle
In the infield.
in the infield by 3 and 4. And, I pulled out on the track and it's all grown up. There's water in there, but it's all grown up. It's just
It's
looks
weeds
like
and what?
thick
Yeah.
weeds and greenery, but it's not real tall. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's not something that on a 4-wheeler you'd be like, oh, I won't make it through that. Like it's something that you would just be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna haul across it. And I got thinking, I was getting ready to go across the track, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, they got a pond here. So I went out and around.
I have one complaint about Paragon, and it's the fact that every time we go there, whether that's in the TQ or when I ran a Kenyon there this
Late.
year, it always rains.
Late. Oh yeah, we got a little bit
And
of a
it is
sprinkle.
late.
It's very late. It's a 2-hour drive for me, so
Yeah.
by the time I get home, it is crazy, crazy late.
So when y'all getting home at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, welcome to the rock star life, man. Because I do that shit like every weekend.
I always used to say when I was working for Andretti's for their sprint car team, like when we ran at Lawrenceburg, anytime we ran at Lawrenceburg, if I was at home and in bed by 2 a.m., it was a good night because we always went. Me and John and Jarrett, we always went and ate at Applebee's and did with the car wash there in Shelbyville on the way back through. And then we'd go unload and have everything sitting there in the shop kind of air drying, ready for us to come back in. So, and then I had an hour drive from the shop back to my house. So if I was ever to get back home and was showered and in bed by 2 a.m., it was a good night.
Nice.
So, but.
Well,
I
gentlemen,
think that's a podcast.
we went in and we were in. Logan was in space.
The air.
He was in the air and space for a while.
And orbit.
In orbit. Logan, we appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for joining the podcast, and we'll get you your complimentary hero card and video package out to you very, very shortly, probably within 5 minutes.
Kevin Riggs Prickett. Kevin Riggs Prickett said in the chat he wanted to make sure you've seen this. I'm sure he says Night logo number 37 on the track, but number 1 in my heart.
We're gonna give you a new nickname right now. We're gonna call you the Spaceman.
Ooh, Logan the Spaceman Prickett.
Eric's got me covered with LP22. LP blowing up if Jeremy's still in here.
So what's the 22? I gotta ask. I know you're not 22 yet.
I mean, growing up, 22 had always been our family number. My dad's number racing.
Okay.
Sports numbers, 22, and then in remembrance of my grandfather and his racing team, 37 came into play for us.
So you and Jeremy actually kind of go back a little bit because he's from Shelbyville too. So he knows you.
He went to school with my dad actually.
Okay, so he's got a personal acquaintance with you as far as knowing you a little bit better than what most of us do.
Right.
Just from seeing you on the weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Hell yeah.
Gotcha. It fits. Awesome. All right, LP22. We'll leave.
You got any sponsors you'd like to thank? Any names on the side of the race car you'd like to give a shout out to?
It's not so much just some of the companies, but Sly Fox Creative for the awesome Boiler Up Racing Club little paint scheme we got on all of our cars. But I just want to thanks to everybody who showed out tonight, everybody who goes to the racetrack, supports TQs in general, anybody who supports dirt racing as a whole. I feel like the community is a bit overlooked sometimes compared to asphalt racing, but we always put on a good show. At least that's what I've seen. People have respect for everybody, and it's a love affair. So, great racing, great times, and just one big family. So,
hell yeah, dude.
Everybody else.
I'll agree with that completely. Full on display TQ midgets, and the family package and the excitement package was on display Saturday. So I will agree with that completely. This has been Just Got Off Podcast, Season 2, Episode 15 with special guest Logan Prickett. John, you got Bexley over there anywhere?
Yeah, she's going to send us off.
We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace out.